Hi, I'm Mark Monlux, and this is your Friday night movie recommendation. So, we're going to time travel back to the year 2001. Now, history will remember 2001 by, the unfortunate terrorist attack of 9/11, which had ripples around the world. Also, the dot-com bubble burst that caused a lot of businesses, and especially in my industry of graphic design, to just go into a tailspin. Oh, the stories we could tell you about that. Um, Other things in 2001. Well, let's see. Some TV shows that came on. We have Alias, Lost, and what do I have written down here? Band of Brothers. Ooh. I've still not seen Band of Brothers. I know you're probably kicking. What? You haven't seen it yet? Well, okay. It's on my to-do list. But what I did see, which you may not have seen from 2001, is AI, artificial intelligence. Now, Kubrick got a hold or started to work on this back in 1970, way back when. And then the script was pretty much called Super Toys Last All Summer Long. But the script went through multiple changes. And around 1985, he approached Steven Spielberg to direct, while he would be producer. Though he did have several elements that he wanted to get done through the story, and Spielberg was more than happy to follow through on those treatments. But some of the things that Kubrick was having, this project went on and off the burner because Kubrick didn't think that a young actor could handle the key role. And he didn't think that computers' special effects were up to the task of creating a robot that would be believable or not funny looking on screen. And then Spielberg came out with Jurassic Park. And suddenly Kubrick was thinking, okay, this is really in the right hands with Spielberg. Then, during the production, Kubrick dies, Spielberg becomes fully in charge, and the premise of the story is is kind of interesting, and it really plays. I'm a big fan of movies about robots. I've got on my letterbox, I got a whole list of everything that's robot related. I've always been fascinated with robots. The word robota is a Czech word, and it means servitude or forced labor. And even a much earlier form of the word means slave. And I've always been fascinated with the fact that here you are, you're trying to create something to do work for you, and it's essentially a slave. And in this situation, there's a future, mankind is, the population's on decline, and robots are filling more and more roles, and some of them are emotional roles. And the whole idea of building something to feel emotion, to bond, to love, and then still treat it as a thing. That whole bit of slavery and mechanism and the boundaries of decency or humanity. It all gets really blurry very quickly. And that gets explored incredibly in this film. And so I love this film. A lot of people got upset because they couldn't tell which parts were Kubrick and which part were Spielberg. They were trying to make a distinguish between both. And honestly, a lot of the parts that people think are Spielberg are actually Kubrick's, and vice versa. But the truth of the matter is the intensity of the emotion that's going on this film. It's just wonderful. Now, Haley Joel, okay, I always get killed for getting names wrong. Haley Joel Osment. Now, he came out a couple years earlier as a great child actor. He did great in a film called The Sixth Sense. And so he did this film just a couple years later. At the time, he's a child, but oh my God, fantastic acting chops for a kid. Turned out you didn't need special effects. You could find a child that had that skill set. Though this did have wonderful special effects. It got nominated for special effects at the Oscars. That's what I forgot to mention. I forgot to mention that who ran away with Best Picture was Gladiator. But besides the point, this film also got nominated for a fantastic musical score. It got nominated for a lot of different awards. It won some of the awards in the Saturn awards, but didn't get any of the Oscars or the Golden Globes, which is really a shame because, oh my God, it stands up, it holds, it's a good movie. And several critics have come back years later to say, my first review of this, I was wrong. This is a fantastic film. So if you like a nice, interesting take on what could possibly be a new story of Pinocchio, check out AI, Artificial Intelligence. And if you like my movie recommendations, please follow me on TikTok or my YouTube channel. I'll put if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll put a little trailer in the doobly-doo down below. And look for me, Mark Monlux, online. I love to draw movie posters, and I sell artwork. I also do graphic facilitations and drawings, and I'm open to commissions. And I would really like any type of likes or saves you can do on the various icons, what have you. And I look forward to making a recommendation next week where I'm going to pick a film from 2011. See you then.